sacked 6 times in that Super Bowl
Yep.
loss.
It was ugly.
You obviously want to shore up who you are up front. You feel like you've done that. You want to go up against this type of a team, knowing who they are going to be defensively, to see where you are at early in the season rather than later in the season. Mind you, the Seattle Seahawks, coming off Super Bowl, we know what they were able to do, but they've lost pieces. They've lost Kenneth Walker.
Huge.
We don't know if Charbonnet is going to be ready or available. Obviously, Clint Kubiak, their offensive play caller. So things are different. This team has a chance to really set the stage of how we view them right out the gate. No more of that.
Love it.
Or just confirm.
Yeah.
Or
no
just
more
be like,
of
oh
that.
yeah, it was a mismatch in
schedule.
February. It's going to be a mismatch in September. And listen, I'm worried about the show, bro. Because as annoying as he was,
Don't let me win
cocky
this game.
KW
God.
was good for the show.
Yeah.
In doses.
Oh, yeah.
And when I'm looking at this Patriots just schedule, forget the first week, until the bye.
It's a little rough to
I'm like,
start.
uh-oh.
Yeah, it is.
If we throw it up there, at the Seahawks, at the 13-win Jags, at the ready to reclaim the division Buffalo Bills,
Fire their
at
coach,
the
Bills.
Bears, home for the Lions, home for the Packers, at the Lions.
That's in Munich for the record.
Oh, okay, my apologies. Thank you. Says at, but you're right. That's Fox game. Fox triple header that day.
Yep.
We might be going to Munich for that.
I'm going to go.
We're getting our passports updated.
I didn't tell the bosses.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to have to break this into 2 separate clips. One will focus on the Seattle Seahawks, and the other on the New England Patriots. The discussion surrounding the Patriots, especially considering their schedule and other factors, is a completely different animal. But what I really want to dive into is something Nick and, Greg mentioned, the idea of losing key pieces right after winning a Super Bowl, and all that comes with it. That topic really grabbed me. I want to explore that. I really do. But before I get into it, let me say this to Seattle Seahawks fans: please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and watch the full video. When you do that, the view counts explode, the subscriber numbers go through the roof. And look, it's not about obsessing over views or chasing subscribers. It's about being able to produce Seattle Seahawks content that people genuinely want to watch and talk about. My goal is to host the most honest, unbiased, level-headed, and authentic Seattle Seahawks conversations on the entire YouTube platform, plain and simple. Our comment section is already blowing up compared to any other channel out there. So please, think about subscribing. It genuinely makes a massive difference, in the best possible way, to support the growth of this channel. But okay, back to the Seattle Seahawks. There are all these worries: oh my god, they're losing players, they're in trouble, this and that. Here's the thing, that's exactly the advantage of having an elite defense and an elite defensive head coach. That is the whole benefit right there. Because you aren't trying to do anything overly flashy. You aren't trying to be cute and say, we're going to roll out this brand new system for the run game, the pass game, feature this wide receiver, feature that guy. No. It's simply, we are here to inflict pain. We are here to cause suffering. It doesn't matter if it's freezing cold. It doesn't matter if it's pouring rain. It doesn't matter if the weather is perfect. It doesn't matter if we're playing on the road. It doesn't matter if we're inside a dome. It doesn't matter if it's windy. Our sole purpose is to cause pain. We are here to bring the heat. We are here to bring relentless pressure. And that actually lines up perfectly with something I've been saying for a while now. In other discussions, like last week when we talked about whether the Seahawks can repeat and what their story might be, I said that I look to Mike McDonald and this defense more than anything else. You want to repeat? You want to figure out how to succeed in the upcoming season? Can you still win the division, capture the NFC crown, and so on? It all comes down to what this defense has brewing. And there's genuine reason to believe this defense could be even stronger this year. This unit could actually improve. And look, will there be some growing pains on offense? Of course. You have a brand new head coach and a brand new coordinator coming in. I believe this is his first time ever calling plays. I think it's his first stint as an offensive coordinator, period. So yeah, absolutely, there will be challenges. But for one thing, I'm not worried about the Kenneth Walker move. I still find it hilarious how everyone is suddenly elevating Kenneth Walker as if he's Derrick Henry or Saquon Barkley. I have no idea when that shift happened. I watched every single Seattle Seahawks game. That kind of conversation never took place. Not once. And then all of a sudden, he gets traded to the Chiefs, and now people are acting like he's Saquon Barkley. That's pretty amazing. That's honestly pretty cool. I never realized that's how it worked. I'm just going to try walking into an ESPN building or an FS1 building, and maybe I'll suddenly become the next Colin Cowherd. They'll say, "Oh, did you hear about Joy? He's better than Colin." And I'll be like, "Oh, that's nice. Thank you. All I did was walk into this building, and suddenly I'm him." That's pretty funny. I didn't know it was that easy. I didn't know it was that simple. Alright, great, let's go. But yeah, anyway. I just think I love this matchup. I disagree with Greg because I understand what he's saying about wanting to see where your team stands, and that's true. But not in week 1 against this defense. Not against the Seattle Seahawks team. First off, defenses are typically ahead of offenses early in the season. That's true in every sport. Football, baseball, basketball, for whatever reason, defense tends to be more advanced in the early going. Whether it's pitching being ahead of hitting, I don't know why it happens, but it does. And so, that alone is an advantage for the Seattle Seahawks. Just like that, boom. I mean, it's week 1. You have to play in Seattle. That crowd is going to be absolutely electric. Yeah, I assume there will be a ring ceremony, a banner drop. I mean, why wouldn't there be? Maybe a ring ceremony, whatever it is, there will be some kind of celebration, right? Everyone is going to be incredibly hyped. And it's a rematch, don't forget. Yeah. I love this for the Seahawks. Love it. Love it. Love it. For the Seattle Seahawks, this is fantastic. I do not like it for the New England Patriots. And that's exactly why I want to make a separate Patriots video, because of the tough conversation they're about to have regarding their schedule. I think Nick mentioned they could start like 4-7 or 3-7, something pretty rough. And so, it's not necessarily that there's doubt or concern about New England. It's more that, let's just say the Seattle Seahawks aren't as great as they were last season. That's entirely possible, right? You can't always be the Super Bowl champion. But in this game, they will still be at their absolute peak. Right? In this matchup, they will be firing on all cylinders. Even if this defense takes a small step back and isn't quite the same, and even if there are some issues with Sam Darnold and the new coaching staff. Here's the thing, this is a game where they will be completely locked in. And I don't really buy into the whole Super Bowl hangover idea. I'd love to look at the statistics on this, but my guess is that defensive-minded head coaches are much better equipped to prevent a hangover than offensive coaches. I can easily see that being the case. It reminds me of when Fangio, I think after the parade, or right after the Super Bowl, he wanted to break down some film or talk about the next game. That is such a defensive coach mentality. That is exactly the kind of thing a defensive coach would do. So if you're thinking, oh, now that they've won, their bellies are full, and all that, no. Not for this team. Not for this culture. Not for this game. Not in week 1. Not at home. Not against the New England Patriots. Because there's extra history there, right? There's added bad blood. That Super Bowl had an extra layer of revenge. It was personal, you know it. There was extra intensity. The media tried to talk about it for the 2 weeks leading up to the Super Bowl. Even in the interviews, they kept asking the same question over and over, will you run the ball at the goal line? And it was like, oh my God, that was 12 years ago. Who cares? Well, apparently, they care a lot. So yeah. It's a fantastic week 1 matchup. But those are just my thoughts. I would absolutely love to hear yours. What do you all think about the Seattle Seahawks? Do you think it's a good matchup? But don't. Look at it from the Patriots' perspective, is it a good matchup for them? What about the Seahawks? They're the ones who won the Super Bowl. They are the reigning champions. Look at it through the lens of the Seattle Seahawks. That makes sense, right? Since they won? They have the trophy. Yeah. But let me know your thoughts. I read every single comment. Whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way. Let's start some discussions. Let's get into some debates. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We have an amazing community here, and I would absolutely love to see you become a part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something we're really excited to belong to. I think we are well on our way to making that happen. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps with visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.